Funding provided by Fairway Meat and Grocery. For more than 80 years, Fairway has been proud to be an active part of the communities we serve. Learn more at fairway.com.
Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are committed to building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Pella Windows and Doors help bring your home to life. For more than 100 years, Pella has been dedicated to building a brighter future in Iowa communities. Pella Corporation is a proud supporter of Iowa PBS.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.
The 2026 Iowa Boys State Basketball Championship comes down to one final game. And on this Friday night in Iowa's capital city, it's a night of nights. It's the 2A state championship game between the top-seeded Kuemper Catholic Knights and the number 2 seed Unity Christian Knights. Alongside my broadcast partner, Raz Vanderloo, welcome inside the Casey Center for what should be one outstanding matchup, all this basketball, and we come down to the top 2 seeds in Class 2A to close the week.
Well, we certainly do. The seeding people got it right. The crowd's got it right. The kids are excited. We've talked to the coaches. We're in for an incredible time here, the last one of the tournament, and the 2A is going to lead it off with the charge.
It's a pair of 24-win teams coming into this state championship game, and we got stars all over the floor here tonight in this title game. We have a third member of our broadcast team, and that is Paul Yeager. And coming up at the half, he'll bring you game highlights, coach interviews, and the ICBA awards from atop the Casey Center. We look forward to Paul Yeager joining us at the half. Let's talk about the teams. Raz, we'll begin with Unity Christian. They've done this before. Last state championship was 2005, but a 10th trip to state.
Well, they are not, they're used to being here, so to speak. 10th time to be in here. The people in Northwest Iowa know what Unity's all about. It's about success. It's about tradition. They're used to being here. There's a ton of good things. Dylan Bosman, the senior of the school's all-time leading scorer. If he's on fire tonight, Kuemper better have their defensive shoes on.
Kuemper Catholic on the other side of the ledger, 18th trip to state, top scoring team in the Class 2A field.
They are full of athletes, and they want to push the ball. They were good in the fall in football. They're good in the winter in basketball. It's a track meet for them. Full of athletes. It's going to be an up-and-down game. It can't be more exciting.
Let's meet the teams. We send it to public address announcer, the legendary voice of the Iowa State Tournament, Father Craig Collison.
It's time for basketball. This is the championship game in Class 2A. The visitors on the scoreboard are the Knights of Unity Christian. They have a record of 24 wins and 2 losses on the season, and they defeated Western Christian and Regina to reach the championship game. The home team on the scoreboard are the Knights from Kuemper Catholic. They have a record of 24 wins and 3 losses on the season. They defeated Union Community and Trainer to reach the championship game. Now let's meet the non-starters and assistant coaches of both schools. For Unity Christian, number 2, Adler Van Essen. Number 11, Micah Van Dong. Number 20, James Foreman. Number 22, Jacob Breen. Number 23, Ezekiel Junius. Number 25, Austin Hall. Number 32, Cash Heisman. Number 35, Isaac DeYoung. And number 40, Cale Millard. The assistant coaches of the Unity Christian Knights, Mr. Jesse Van Dong, Mr. Kevin Van Dong, and Mr. Joshua Van Kempen. Here are the non-starters and assistant coaches for Kuemper Catholic. Number 0, Jordan Tryon. Number 4, Griffin Bauer. Number 10, Tanner Bading. Number 11, Easton Gifford. Number 12, Brock Bading. Number 13, Evan Pick. Number 21, Brenton Loffelholz. Number 22, Gavin Canny. Number 23, Talon Alford. Number 30, Kinnick Stork. Number 34, Landon Panabon. Number 44, Dang Malek. Number 55, Nash Leonard. And also introducing Emmett Juergens. The assistant coaches of the Knights, Mr. Scott Leonard and Mr. Thomas Nelson. And now, here are your starting lineups for Unity Christian. A 6'1" senior, number 3, Dylan Bosma. A 6'2" senior, number 4, Austin Wieringa. A 6' junior, number 10, Keegan Winterfeld. A 6'4" junior, number 12, Thijs Van Dong. And a 6'4" senior, number 14, Braden Harskamp. For Kuemper Catholic, a 6'3" junior, number 1, Dylan Schoen. A 6'2" junior, number 2, Griffin Glenn. A 6'2" senior, number 3, Jack Bading. A 6' junior, number 5, Teddy Perkins. And a 6'5" senior, number 24, Ryan Blair. The head coach of the Unity Christian Knights, Mr. Cody Harskamp. And the head coach of the Kuemper Catholic Knights, Mr. Sean Minahan. Ladies and gentlemen, may I introduce the officials assigned to this championship contest by the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Mr. Brett Johnson, Mr. Kurt Strauss, Mr. Blake Reinecke, and the auxiliary bench official, Mr. Andrew Jacobson. And the lighting tonight at the Casey Center is presented by Musco Lighting, the official lighting provider of the Iowa High School Athletic Association.
Keys to the game tonight for Unity Christian. They got to value the basketball. And Bosma be Bosma 2.0. We talked about it last night. It came up big. Raz, and on the side for Kuemper Catholic, own the glass, and they need a Claire Classic tonight.
They absolutely do. Ryan Claire yesterday owned the paint. He dominated the inside. If he does it again tonight, Unity, we'll see what happens.
Kuemper Catholic will start with the basketball. Top seed in this two-way field. An early turnover, and Unity will have their opening possession of the game. Ryan Claire, he's a mismatch for Unity a little bit. They're going to have to find a way to get a body on him.
Well, look for them to maybe double him, clog the lane, do whatever they can, because yesterday when he got that ball in the high post, he wanted to drive it left and spin, and he finished often and good.
Dylan Bosma to the hole on his first possession of the game. Ball tipped out of bounds, and we're going back to Kuemper Catholic. 9 three-point field goals in that game yesterday for Dylan Bosma. When that first one went in, you could see a big old monkey go off his back.
You certainly could. On Wednesday's game, he started off a little slow. Yesterday, he was incredible. Okay, anything like that tonight is an advantage to Unity.
Scoreless early in this state championship game. Kuemper with a shot by Dylan Schoen. Off the mark and no good. Unity will push the issue. Thijs Van Dong, and it was tipped by Kuemper Catholic out of bounds. We cannot call them the Knights tonight because you'll get all sorts of confused on Iowa PBS, because the Knights are taking on the Knights on a Friday night in Des Moines, Iowa.
Well, my money's on the Knights then. That's what we're going to do.
That's a good choice, Coach. Inbounds play goes to Keegan Winterfield. His first shot of the game is off the mark, no good. Early jitters a little bit?
I think so. We got a state championship game. We got a beautiful crowd. Everybody's excited. Give it about 4 minutes. I think things will settle down.
Here is Ryan Claire. A Claire Classic, we call it. Fade away for him, comes up short. And back to Unity we go. So nobody can break the seal on the KC Center hoops so far here tonight in Des Moines, Iowa.
I have a feeling when the seal is broke, though, we're going to see some points. Unity, Kuemper is one of the most highly rated teams in scoring in the state. They want to try to score 80 on you.
76 is their average per game, and this is the top two teams in points per game in Class 2A. On the other side of the ledger, just a smidge behind them, Unity Christian at 72.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of points. Like I said, everybody's probably got a little bit of nervous going on. Once it settles down, we're going to be just fine.
This is head coach Sean Minahan for Kuemper Catholic, 177 career wins, and he's a PE teacher as well at Kuemper Catholic, and it's his first trip to a state championship game.
Outstanding young coach.
Off the glass, it's going to be Thijs Van Dong, and Unity hits the scoreboard first. It's 2-0 Unity Christian in the state title tilt.
Van Dong's a young man. He may not look like it in size, but he plays big. I know that.
Jack baiting. Now shown, baiting again, working around the three-point perimeter. Kuemper Catholic. And a steal for Unity Christian. Looking to push the issue. Austin Wieringa off the glass and good. We saw Austin last night score the first 2 buckets of the game, and then he came back and scored the first 2 points of the second half.
Well, he's another person. Bosma's their main scorer. Van Dong's probably the second, okay? Wieringa's going to do a good job getting points up. They shoot the ball really well. Like I said, once things get rolling here, I think we're going to have a ton of points.
Wieringa on the year is about a 12-point per game scorer. Had a tip out of bounds, and the ball goes back to the Knights of Unity Christian. They're in their blues tonight. I like that. Those are sharp.
Both teams got nice uniforms. I like them. Simple, clean. I like it.
Good uniform game tonight. Let's take a look at Cody Harskamp on the other bench. Unity Christian, an alum of Unity Christian. He's a state champion himself. He was on the 1994 state title team.
We're talking to another Unity Christian guy now, so we got to be nice tonight.
Over on the right side is Wieringa. On the top, Winterfeld will try to get to the free throw line. Back out. Kick. The lefty, Thijs Van Dong, smooth through the lane.
Very good. Aggressive teams are going to have the advantage tonight.
Van Dong hitting early. Unity leads it 6-0. Here's Ryan Claire. Corner pass to Theodore Perkins. Kuemper looking to get that first offensive bucket. Good defense there by Austin Wieringa. Unity, slight number advantage. See what they do here. Kick corner to the hole. And we'll have a reach-in foul on Kuemper Catholic.
Like I said, Unity's going to, they're not going to walk it up either. Both teams are going to want to push that ball. So on rebounds, look for that thing to get down the court as quick as can be.
Second team foul on Kuemper Catholic in the early going. We're at 5 minutes left here in the opening quarter. All this basketball this week culminates with this 2A title game here tonight. Champions have been crowned across the board, except in this class. And ring it up for Braden Harskamp, the 6'4 senior, the Dort recruit.
Harskamp felt real confident over there in the corner, just rose up and hit it.
Has a great presence on the floor for this Knights basketball team, and a traveling violation on Jack Bading. Jack Bading's been in the state basketball tournament before. He was on the 2023 team. Let's take a look at that three-pointer here by Harskamp. Up and good. An early going, coach. 4 turnovers for Kuemper Catholic.
Yeah, like I said, they just need to settle down a little bit. Like I said, everybody's excited. They're all wound up. They're a very good team, and they're going to show it here. And give them about 5 seconds.
Vendong in the lane, out to Winterfeld. He'll let fly on a 3, and Unity has picked up exactly where they left off at the end of last night at the Casey Center. And we're going to have a quick timeout here on the floor. 12-0 out of the gate. Unity Christian leads it with 4:28 left in the first. Look at that great crowd here tonight at the Casey Center.
Outstanding crowd on both sides. Across from us, the Kuemper Catholic. Behind us, Unity. We're in the presence of the governor. We're glad she's here tonight. He'll be handing out awards at the end of the game.
Absolutely. The governor of the state of Iowa, Kim Reynolds, making her way over from Capitol Hill to be a part of the festivities all championship Friday long.
Well, I'm pretty sure when Kuemper arrived at the building here a couple hours ago, they weren't thinking it was going to be 12-0. Okay, one thing I will tell you, Kuemper just needs to relax. There's no 12-point shots. Okay, they can't hit the half quarter for 12. This isn't an open gym deal. Chip away at it, 2 points at a time, 2, 3, whatever it takes. We're going to have a game here, so everyone just needs to kind of get in their seat and relax. I'm anticipating Unity's off to an incredible start, and they probably needed to be, and they've done it. But Kuemper I think they got to go to inside to Claire. Yesterday he was incredible in the lane. The spin back move to the left. Let's try that.
Unity Christian with the fast start. Kuemper Catholic coming out of the quick timeout called by Coach Sean Minahan. Here's Ryan Clare. Such a great state tournament for that young man. See if they can get the ball in his hands and let him go to work. Three-pointer off the left side is strong. Taken by Bading. And we're going to have a foul on Unity on the second chance. And both teams are going to have to really secure the rebounds tonight, because if you give second chances either side of the floor, you're going to have a lot of points going on the board. Let's take a look at that last play. Power move to the rack, Raz. Just too much on the hands.
Tell you what, basketball becomes such a physical game. If you don't get in the weight room in the offseason, good luck.
Griffin Glenn. On their football team, they called him the Energy Bunny. He was an end on the edge for them, and he was the Energy Bunny for the state champion Kuemper football team.
Like I said, this class at Kuemper Catholic's been outstanding, starting off in the fall with the football team being the state champion.
They've never won a state championship in football and basketball in the same year. So potential history made tonight at the school with those two big boy sports.
And they've got rich tradition in all their athletics at Kuemper Catholic.
Winterfeld from the hip out of the corner, no good, and Clare is going to clear the rebound. One and done.
With him, it's one and done.
Kuemper Catholic is on the board. They trail by 10. Ryan Clare. How many times have we seen that move this week?
He's outstanding, going to the right, spin back to that left hand. He's very good at it.
Tice Van Dong. The straw that stirs the drink, one of our other coaches called here this week at the state tournament, and a foul down low on Kuemper Catholic.
And he's a big straw too. He's a 5-tool player. He does everything. He basically can play all 5 positions from the point all the way inside to the post. He's an undersized post, but he's a very good player.
Unity Christian thrives on second chance points. That's where they get their points, and a foul will be called on the interior shot by Tice Van Dong.
Van Dong aggressive, going to the hoop, challenging Clare.
Unity did not shoot free throws well in the opener down here against Hull Western Christian. They cleaned that up a little bit yesterday in the state semifinals and really just shot the ball well in general, and ran away to a victory over Iowa City Regina 72-46. And Tice Van Dong back on Wednesday, which seems like well over a week ago, but it wasn't, had 28 in the win against Western where they were down 15 at one point.
He is an outstanding player, can kind of do it all. He'll rebound and play D, he'll get it to the hoop, make free throws. After I say that, then he misses.
His dad looks on as an assistant coach for Cody Harskamp, also a member of that 94 state championship team. Left corner three, no good. Theodore Perkins comes through, tipped out of bounds. Actually said it went off his head, and it will be out of bounds back to Unity Christian. So you're coaching Kuemper Catholic right now. You're a little out of sorts in the early going. What are you talking about on the bench?
You're telling them just breathe. It's a long game. We got a long way to go here, 13-4. Regardless of that, we're a good team. That's what got us here. Stick with what we do.
Harskamp out to Van Dong. See if they can get Bosma open for something. Van Dong misses the mark on a runner. They're up in Bosma's face. They're going to face guard him all night long, make life very difficult.
And they probably should after yesterday's performance.
Griffin Glenn.
Drive, spin back.
Yep, here comes that bread and butter move. Now you see the help side defense there?
Absolutely, and Unity's going to have to do that throughout the night to stop him. I don't think you can guard him with just one guy.
So you got a guy sagging off on the baseline, and if he's going, he's coming off because Claire very rarely gives the ball out.
And once he puts that thing on the floor, there's 9 out of 10 times he's spinning back to his left hand, which he's very good at.
Ryan Clare, solid free throw shooter, puts it up and in. Clare on the season, 59% from the foul stripe, but has shot it really well down here at the state tournament. He's got some shoe game going on tonight.
I'm not sure what he's got going on there, but
a lot of colors, a lot of different colors on those shoes.
I'll just leave it at that,
And it's up and good on the second free throw. 13-6. There's a lot of crazy shoes out there right now.
I'm an old school guy, Corey. I'm a white shoe guy.
You made your team wear white shoes, and I know it. And I know it. You were a traditionalist. Knights of Unity Christian lead this one 13-6. This is Dylan Bosma. He made one from there yesterday. He comes up short on that three-point attempt. Here's Austin Hall into the game, spot post player, and battling up on the second chance was Keegan Winterfeld.
It's a good cut to the hoop. Anytime you're getting trapped or you're caught in the corner, okay, it's just good to cut to the hoop. Get open. If you stand and watch, you're never open. Keep moving.
There's Winterfeld. I wrote one word for him in my notes. Steady. Steady.
And that's 100% correct.
5 for 6 at the line in the semifinal yesterday. He had 12 points. That got dwarfed by all the other stuff out here, mostly the Bosma show, but those were a big 12 points because a lot of those came as they were pulling away in the second half.
Exactly.
Keegan Winterfeld crouches, fires, puts the free throw home. 15-6, Unity Christian of Orange City leads Kuemper Catholic, Carroll, Iowa. Going to the rack was Dylan Schoen, the junior. Unity pushing it forward to Hall. He'll drop it back. Wieringa and Unity just pull it back out here maybe and reset the deck.
Absolutely. Just settle down. Like I said, everybody gets in a big hurry. Okay, it's 15-6. I mean, it's on the kind of the gray area, blowing the doors open. So take your time, get good shots. Don't turn the ball over.
Sometimes teams tend to get one side heavy on the floor. Ball reversals.
Keep that ball moving by the pass.
We're under 2. We're actually at 1:45 left here in the first in this 2A state championship game here on Iowa PBS. Glad to have you along all day long. As a 3 by Glenn, short. And the Knights will clear the rebound. Kuemper Catholic is having some shooting woes. They're 1 from 8 from the floor. Pull up from 15. Mr. Steady, Keegan Winterfeld.
Well, when Winterfeld starts hitting, everybody's paying attention to Bosma, which they should. Van Dong is doing a great job. Now you got the third option coming at you. When he's hitting, Unity's really good.
Unity lead now in double digits at 17-6 with 1:10 left in the first. Kuemper Catholic needs a shot to go. Claire, ball loose. Loose ball back. Nice pass and up and in for Tanner Baiting. A lot of Baitings on this team. There's 3 of them. In talking and prepping, they're not brothers.
No, they're not. But there's been a lot of Baitings playing for Kuemper Catholic over time.
And there's one that's not playing, Brock Baiting. We'll talk about him here through the course of the broadcast. Beautiful. As Unity on the cutter, Dylan Bosma.
The shot was great. The pass was better.
He had no two-point field goals yesterday.
All three.
Now today he does. Claire with 28 seconds. There is a shot clock left. It's at 23. Three-pointer right side. Long off the mark for Dylan Schoen. Unity can hold it out for one final shot. If you're going to guess, I think number 3 is going to get the ball.
I would guard number 3 with maybe 2 guys. There
we go. We've got the handoff series. Here's the school's all-time leading scorer. Broke that record back from 1969. Bosma. Too much, bodied up just outside the free throw line. That's 5 fouls as well.
Now we're shooting. Those not familiar in Iowa, we do fouls by quarter. On the 5th foul, we're shooting 2 shots. The 1-and-1s are no longer in our state.
An 88% foul shooter for the first team All-Siouxland Conference performer, Dylan Bosma. No good. His final game as a high school player after that long career. Also, school's leading steals.
Steals, and that's amazing. Steals and points. And that just shows what kind of player he is.
Leads with emotion, but level-headed emotion.
Oh, no, he's a very steady player. He's very confident in his shooting ability. That just means he's put hours into the gym.
1 second left. Kuemper's going to try to get something off. It will fall short, and we played 8 minutes in Des Moines. Our score, Unity Christian 19, Kuemper Catholic 8. And that's the end of the first quarter. Let's take a break. Here's a word from Iowa Bankers.
Hello, I'm Travis Graven with Iowa PBS, and joining me is Abram Tubbs. He's the president and CEO of Onward Bank Shares Incorporated in Maquoketa and chairman of the Iowa Bankers Association. And Abram, tell me why supporting Iowa PBS is important, as well as supporting high school athletes across the state of Iowa.
Sure. The Student Athlete Achievement Awards recognize not just athletic success, but also, and maybe more importantly, accomplishments in academics, leadership, and character. For over 30 years, the IBA has awarded scholarships to student athletes, helping invest in our young people who we hope will choose to build their futures right here in Iowa.
And why is investing in young people so important to the banking industry?
By investing in Iowa students' education and financial literacy, we strengthen the workforce of the future. This commitment to long-term growth is why we proudly support students saving for higher education.
Thank you, Abram, for your support of Iowa PBS and for the Iowa Bankers Association's support of the Student Athlete Achievement Awards.
It's now time to present the Iowa Bankers Association Student Athlete Achievement Award. The Iowa Bankers Association has been awarding student scholarships for 3 decades. This $1,000 scholarship is awarded each year to a senior who demonstrates leadership on the court, in the classroom, and in their community. The 2026 Student Athlete Achievement Award winner for Class 2A in basketball is Sullivan Jansen from Arlington, Parkersburg. And presenting the award is Ryan Rasmussen from Greenbelt Bank and Trust in Grundy Center. Congratulations, Sullivan, on receiving this scholarship. And thank you, Ryan, and the Iowa Bankers Association for their sponsorship of this award.
A lead for Unity Christian of 19-8 after 1 quarter of play, alongside Coach Raz Vanderloo, the former East High basketball coach in Sioux City, Iowa, 14 years as the head man, another 16 as an assistant to his brother Jeff, who's an assistant at Creighton University in Omaha, 30 years of basketball in Sioux City. And Coach is going to be honored here tonight at the half. We are going to talk about it. I promise that. You don't need to talk about it. I'll talk about it. And that'll all be a part of the awards ceremony coming up at the half. A big night for you, though, Coach. Congratulations.
Well, I appreciate that. No, it's 30 years of fun is what it's been, and I'm happy to be here. I'm probably a better talker than I am a coach, so I think we're doing good now.
Big quarter by Unity, Coach.
Absolutely. I think Kuemper, like I said, they need to show just a little more sense of urgency now, crank up the D a notch, take care of the ball. They turned it over a few times, missed a few easy shots. They'll get it going.
Bosma, right out on him. Find the open guy. That's Harskamp. Back to Bosma. He really wants to get a shot off, doesn't he? Tries to find Tice Vendong inside, and it goes past his feet and out of bounds. I want to go back to Bosma real quick. The Unity Christian all-time leading scorer broke Joel Visser's record dating back to 1965 to 1969. Want to give a shout out there to Joel Visser. You held that record for a very long time. There's Ryan Clare. Keys to the game said Clare Classic. He needs to start to write that script a little bit.
Absolutely. He needs to be a little more aggressive on offense. When he's gotten that ball into the low post or high post, he needs to score the ball.
Winterfeld off balance, throws it up, no good. Off the mark. Here's a breakaway for Kuemper Catholic. Attack the hole. They do. And Dylan Schoen.
We're going end to end now, and I like it.
19-12. That lead has been cut to 7 for Unity Christian of Orange City. A Knights on Knights battle here tonight on a Friday night at the Casey Center. Harskamp squares those shoulders, now drives. Back around to the outside. In the corner. Double team coming. Good defensive adjustment, but Tice Vendong up and under it.
He's got a knack of playing basketball that I really like. He's a winner. Good things happen when he has the ball.
21-12, Unity Christian. Pull up in the lane on a little floater. I like it. And that is Griffin Glenn. The Energy Bunny with a little floater.
He is the Energy Bunny. That's exactly right.
On the right side, Austin Wieringa. Unity going downhill. Vendong comes up short. Ball's tipped out of bounds. Back to Kuemper Catholic. Just what the doctor ordered here in the second quarter for the Kuemper Catholic Knights. They need to get a few more possessions, get a few more opportunities.
Exactly right. So they've cranked up the intensity at both ends. Okay, they're scoring at this end on easier shots. They're getting stops on the defensive end. Just what needed to happen.
2 minutes in here to quarter number 2.
Unity's now went to a zone.
Yep. Three-pointer, rings in and out, no good. I'd go in a zone. They haven't exactly shot the 3 right now. You might as well go to it for a while as Vendong goes to the hole, up and in, and Unity's up 23-14. But I wouldn't be surprised if they switch right back out of it.
Exactly right. I think when you switch up your defense in a high school game, it gets kids at times kind of not more confused, but they start thinking.
See if they get that first 3 to go. Oh. That's big time. Jack Bading. No, Griffin Glenn. Sorry, Griffin Glenn hit that three-pointer. So excited that they got one. Kept going between 2 guys there. Most importantly, they got one.
Exactly right.
Vendong tries to step back a 3. Just a horse shot spot up there by Braden Harskamp, no good. Loose ball, won by Kuemper Catholic. Knights will go the other way. Clare dropped the shoulder a little too much. Offensive foul.
I got to agree with the call, and I have a history of not agreeing with calls. Okay, but that was a good one.
We're going to take a look at this. Clare lowered that shoulder, and that's his second personal in the ballgame.
It really is. Give Unity credit for getting back on D. A lot of times kids, they start jogging back, and they don't get there, and that play doesn't happen. They sprinted back, they got in front, got position, took the charge. 5
minutes to go here until halftime. Again, Paul Yeager coming up at the break, high atop the KC Center for the halftime report here on Iowa PBS, statewide Iowa PBS, your home of this Iowa High School Athletic Association state tournament. Three-pointer off the mark for Bosma.
And that's a shot he's capable of hitting. So if you're watching at home, you're going, what are they doing? Nope, that is a shot he can make.
He has a green light.
His light is really green. It's bright green.
Clare, swing it over to the right side.
Back to a zone for Unity.
Easton Gifford, the 6-foot sophomore in. Another 3-ball. Griffin Glenn is finding it right now.
He really is.
That's back-to-back, and he has 10. And head coach Cody Harskamp wants to talk about it on the Unity bench. He's going to take a quick one. Here's a look at that last three-pointer off the left wing as we work to our right here in the Casey Center. Nothing but the bottom of the net, Coach.
Well, when you're in that zone, you got to decide who's going to guard that wing. So you got to get out there a little quicker on a shooter like that. If you hesitate, that's that half second. That's all he needed to get that shot off. It's a good timeout, though, by Unity. Get things slowed down, everybody regrouped. Okay, everyone's kind of, they're getting a little nervous. They're coming back. No, this is just a great game. There's going to be a lead change. So get everybody regrouped, get their breath. You're ready to go.
Take an adventure with Iowa PBS on Road Trip Iowa. Join host Brooke Polsdorf as we travel the state's highways and scenic byways, exploring the history, culture, and natural beauty along the way. Road Trip Iowa, Mondays at 9, Saturdays at 9, p.m. on the Mondays, a.m. on the Saturdays, or stream online anytime. That's Road Trip Iowa on Iowa PBS.
It's important now for Unity, take their time, okay? Run their best play, whatever it might be. Get a good shot. They just kind of break the string that Kuemper Catholic's had here for the past couple minutes.
And just like that, it's a 3-point ball game. 23-20, Unity Christian. Floater in the lane. No good by Dylan Bosma. And here come the Knights. Earlier today, if you watched the Class 4A final, Johnston, the early start. Cedar Falls, big comeback.
Cedar Falls,
another great take by Kuemper Catholic.
Ended up winning that game in 4A. Big half for Johnston in the first, big half for Cedar Falls in the second.
Ryan Clare has 8 in the ball game. That's an 8-0 scoring run for the Kuemper Catholic Knights. Unity has to get a bucket. They do.
And look who does it.
Tice Van Dong.
I'm going to call him Mr. Everything.
25-22. Great spin move. No good. And coming in too strong on the backside, Tanner Bading. And Bading's going to pick up the personal foul. And that's his second foul of the game, and Kuemper Catholic has a little bit of foul trouble.
They really do. And just a reminder, the fouls reset every quarter. So if you're wondering why they're not shooting, every quarter, 5 fouls, then you shoot.
That's 2 in this quarter on Kuemper Catholic. 3 more, and Unity will be shooting 2 free throws up until halftime. 3.5 to go here in the second quarter. Unity leads the state championship by 3. Keegan Winterfeld. Good find inside to Wieringa. He's so strong, deceptively strong.
Yeah, absolutely, he's got a good look to him too, but he got bumped there a little bit, was still able to square up and get the ball in the hoop.
Kuemper Catholic looking to have an answer. They've been hitting some threes here in the last possessions. Hesitation through the lane, up and in. And Griffin Glenn is having himself a second quarter. He's up to 12 in the contest.
That's an outstanding going to the hoop for Griffin Glenn. Strong and tough. Old school basketball.
3-point Unity lead and a big steal for Kuemper Catholic. Here come the Knights. Dylan Schoen to the rack. Wait, shot good. 1-point ball game.
We got ourselves a ball game here, Corey.
An old-fashioned Iowa barn burner here in the first half at the Casey Center. I got a fun stat about the old barn coming up, too.
Oh, I like it.
On
Solid
the top,
defense.
Dylan Bosma, right up on him. Left side, Keegan Winterfeld, pull up, good. An answer for Unity Christian, they needed one.
If you're watching at home, the way he rose up, squared up to the hoop, great looking shot.
On the right side, Griffin Glenn. Easton Gifford, shot no good, rebound Bosma. Heads always up. A little hesitation, and he will draw a pushing foul, and it will send Dylan Bosma to the line. Unity Christians, let's take a look first at the last Kuemper bucket. Taken to the basket, Dylan Schoen, a little hesitate, wait, up off the glass, and good. Unity Christian's last state championship in basketball came in 2005, and that was the last year of Veterans Memorial Auditorium just outside the Casey Center. This is the last year at the Casey Center.
Yes,
if you're in for omens.
Yes, it is. The Boys State Tournament will be taking a little trip north. Next year, a few miles up to Ames to Hilton Coliseum.
Dylan Bosma at the line. Unity leads it by 4. 1:57 left here in the second quarter. 3 players for Kuemper Catholic have 2 fouls. Clare, Bading, and Gifford now has 2 personal fouls.
It may not seem like a lot at the moment, but 2 fouls in the first half. You know, now you get into that second half, you get 3 and 4, and then oh boy.
Ezekiel Junius guarding Griffin Glenn, and Junius is going to pick up a foul. Take a look at that play here with Junius. Just got up into it a little bit too much, and going to the line will be Griffin Glenn.
One thing, when that arm comes forward into a shooter, that's going to be called every day of the week. And that's the thing that officials are looking for. And by the way, I got to give my plug again. The officials so far this week at the state tournament, I'm giving them an A+, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but they are A+ for all the officials that have been here. An outstanding job that Pete Peterson and the crew do to rally up these guys and get them down here. And if you're a young person at home and interested in officiating, get there. Go buy the shirt and get a whistle.
6 for 6 at the line there for Kuemper Catholic, and another steal for Kuemper Catholic. They're really taking away the basketball right now, and Dylan Schoen is going to draw them back to within 1 point.
And we knew Kuemper athletically is fast with the ball. They get a steal, it's a track meet to the hoop.
Adler Vanessen into the ball game. It's over to Austin Wieringa. Vendong back out. Vanessa drives, offensive foul on Unity Christian. Points off turnovers, Coach. 7 for Unity Christian, 6 for Kuemper Catholic.
But both teams have done a very good job on turnovers and getting that thing pushed down the court. It's always the best thing to do is to score easy baskets, and those are layups. Anytime you can get a layup or an easy shot, take it.
Kuemper Catholic can take the lead on this possession. Griffin Glenn into the trees, back out. 3, no good. 1 and done, Unity a big board.
And they're doing all this with Claire on the bench.
Right. That's very important to note that. Your leading scorer is on the bench. Handoff back to Wieringa. Tipped.
Another tip ball.
Breakaway. This is shown. Kuemper has the lead. For the first time tonight.
I wasn't sure we were going to say that about 20 minutes ago. But Kuemper's an outstanding team. They're used to playing good. They just got off to a slow start.
Listen to the noise in this building. The atmosphere as we get set to go to halftime. 23 seconds left. Unity down by 1 with the basketball. 6 turnovers for the Knights, 5 for Kuemper Catholic. Both coaches will talk about that in the locker room for sure.
Yep, shot clock is off.
10 seconds. Dylan Bosma, dribble, dribble, dribble. Can't get a shot. Dish, back to Bosma. 1-step drop. Couldn't get it off. At the buzzer, yes! Brayden Harskamp buries it from the left wing. Unbelievable.
Give him credit. Incredible shot for the lead at halftime.
What a shot and what a way to close the first half of basketball. Let's take another look at it. Our cameramen are outstanding on Iowa PBS. Bosma was jammed. Harskamp says, I'll do it. That's the end of the first half. Unity back out in front here at the KC Center. We have played to halftime here in Des Moines at the KC Center. Unity Christian and Kuemper Catholic in the Iowa Boys State Basketball Tournament. Yeah. The Raptors we go here at the KC Center. Here is Mr. Paul Yeager. Take it away, Paul.
Indeed, what a way to close our 4th final here on this championship Friday. It was a huge start by Unity. They were up on a 12-0 run, then Kuemper rallies, and then you got the 3 right there at the buzzer as things go. So just incredible to see, but that's why we play the games. All right. We should be. Is he there yet? Is the coach? We're getting close here. Unity's coach, Cordy Harskamp, is getting close to joining us here. And coach, all right, first off, what's the Primgar native thinking when your team jumps out to a 12-0 start, then has to weather an 8-0 storm, and then that 3 to finish the half?
Yeah, it's a championship game, you know, and both teams made a lot of runs here. It was a great start for us, but we knew Kuemper's a really good team, and they're going to make a comeback on us.
All right, you make a good hot start, good shooting. You've also got them in some foul trouble. Which is more important, do you feel, in the second half?
I think as long as we can continue to shoot the ball well. We've had some really good looks, and Dylan just hasn't hit any really right now for us. We got to shore up a couple things defensively and do a little bit better movement on the offensive end, and hopefully that will lead us to some success in the second half.
All right, Coach, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, that is it. We have another special presentation here at the Boys State Basketball Tournament.
The IHSAA would like to take this halftime to present awards from the Iowa Basketball Coaches Association, including Academic All-State, Coaches Win Club, and 2 coaching honors. Presenting awards are members of the IBCA. First up are our honorees for the 2026 Northwest Bank Academic All-State Team. This IBCA Academic All-State Team was selected with averages of an ACT composite of 28.3, a grade point average of 4.0, and 16.8 points per game on the basketball court. 14 are ranked either number 1 or number 2 in their senior class, and the group has combined for 231 college prep courses. Northwest Bank is a proud sponsor of this honor and has provided each recipient with a commemorative plaque. The academic all-state team is Mario Aguirre from Ankeny. Brady Bolton of Montezuma. Caden Beckers of Alburnett. Jackson Clark of Keokuk. Luke DeYoung of Trinity Christian. Nolan Ellinger of Maquoketa. Kellen Haberback of Mount Vernon. Braden Hoban of Grandview Christian. Nathan Jenkins of Dowling Catholic. Judd Jervinsky of Grundy Center. Hudson Lorenzen of ADM. Garrett Louette of Underwood. Dawson Mackay of Newton. Noah Milburn of Decorah. Rowan Miller of Hillcrest Academy. Gage Marino of Sadell. John Nelson of Nevada. Ben Ramsey of IKM Manning. Conley Shop of Monticello. Austin Schulte of Pella. Quinn Street of Osage. Max Town of Des Moines Christian. And Jackson Benito of Keota. Next up are IBCA members joining levels of the IBCA Win Club last season. In the 300 Win Club, Darren Bergeron of Roland Story with his wife Jess. Tom English of Wahlert Catholic and his wife Lisa. Joe Franey from Martinsdale St. Mary's with his wife Sarah and their family. Raz Vanderloo of Sioux City East and his wife Kathy. And Adam Vanderschaaf of Sergeant Bluff Luton and his wife Jill. In the 400 Win Club, Jeff Christopherson from Alburnett with his wife Lynn. Kyle Menke from Lake Mills with his wife Marie. Dan Rosacker from Forest City with his wife Sherry. And Aaron Thomas from Appleton Parkersburg and his wife Ellie. And unable to attend is Scott Rucker from Trainer. In the 500 Win Club, Randy Huff of GTRA and his wife Diane. and Keith Wagner from IKM Manning and his wife Jerry Ann and their family. And the 600 win club, Adolf Kokendorfer from St. Edmund with his wife Julie and their family. Next up is the IBCA's Boys Basketball Rising Coach of the Year. And the 2026 selection is Vinton Shellsburg coach A.J. Weigel and his fiancee, Tanisha Detweiler. The next IBCA honor is the annual Don Logan Award. This year's selection, Raz Vanderloo, a four-time state tournament coach at Sioux City East, who has been a career-long leader and former president in the IBCA. Vanderloo now works with USA Basketball and is giving back to the game across the globe. Please help us congratulate all of tonight's IBCA award winners.
Congratulations to all the winners. Unity by 2 at the half over Kuemper.
Find your favorite programs on Iowa PBS. Enjoy world-class musical performances. Go behind the scenes of fan-favorite cooking shows and learn the stories of iconic PBS hosts. Programs like these are made possible by the support of viewers like you. Donate now or increase your gift to ensure these beloved programs continue bringing joy and inspiration to Iowa viewers. Artifact Iowa reveals our state's place in history through the objects that remain.
When you look at pre-1910 automobiles, you can see how they were trying to figure out how an automobile should look.
We don't know when the locket was made, but we know that the hair was collected from George Washington and Anthony Wayne in 1775.
Dig deep into our state's history with Iowa PBS and Artifact Iowa.
Back here at halftime, Unity Christian leads Kuemper Catholic 34-32 in this Class 2A final. And it's our final game of the weekend, and it has been a pretty big day. It's been some pretty good games. We had an overtime. We've had a pretty close game. We also have highlights of this one to show you. Let's take a look at how we ended up at this score between Unity and Kuemper. Early on, it's Tice Van Dong. Gets the pass, and then he's going to drive. And I know Tice's mom's not going to like me saying it, but he is the captain of the all-hair team this year, by the way. Tice, nice move to the hole, and he scores again. Tice with 11 points at half. And then it's Ryan Clare for Kuemper. Ryan Clare on the drive, and then the nice put back there. He's got 8 points. The only issue is he also has 2 fouls. And Griffin Glenn with 14 for Kuemper, who went on a pretty good run. And I believe we're very close to having the head coach of Kuemper, and that is Sean Minahan, the native of Showdown. We're giving everybody's hometown tonight. That's what we do here on Iowa PBS as we talk about everybody. As we will have that conversation with him in just a moment when we return here in the Class 2A final on Iowa PBS.
Settled before Iowa was a state, Davenport tells the tale of community, culture, and trade along the banks of the Mississippi River. A variety of architectural movements are preserved in Davenport in structures designed for civic and commercial life. Join Iowa PBS as we explore the arts and the architecture within the historic buildings of Iowa, Davenport.
Sunday afternoon at 1 on Iowa PBS.
Iowa PBS celebrates festival with special programs, concerts, and thank you gifts. Be sure to check out these exciting thank you gifts, such as the Iowa PBS Emergency Weather Radio, the new Iowa PBS apron, or the Rick Steves Experiencing Europe combo pack. Call 800-779-7000. Visit iowapbs.org or scan the QR code and support Iowa PBS today.
Kuemper trails by 2. Unity hits a bucket right at the buzzer. And the guy who had to see it was Sean Minahan. And, Coach, you weathered the storm down 12-0. You had another couple of the huge responses of your own. What'd you tell your team in the middle of all of that drama?
I kind of jokingly said, the first 2 games we had a really good start to the game, and the other teams responded. They called a timeout and they responded, and so it was our turn to do the same. It was pretty much exact same, just to flip the script of us versus Trainer last night.
Right, and it was a theme in an earlier game where, the way laws of averages work. Your team rallies. You've got Griffin Glenn, huge half for him, 14 with Claire on the bench. Spread that ball around in the second half. How do you do it?
We got to trust our offense and get our actions going. We got to get the ball moving side to side, keep them more accountable for guarding us and not just sitting there waiting for our attacks. If we get them moving side to side laterally defensively, that's going to open up driving lanes for us. We can get to the rim. We can finish. We got to finish off of 2 feet. It's a physical game. If we want to finish it, we have to be stronger when we attack. And then when we have the kickouts, we got to continue to knock them down with confidence.
It looks great. Sounds great. I appreciate your time, Coach. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, that's head coach Sean Minahan. We're going to go back down to the floor for the second half. We've got Corey Restra and the guy who got all of his steps in at half, Coach Raz. Take it away, guys, for our final half of the 2026 season.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He was a busy man here at halftime. He was recognized for his career wins and the winner of the Don Logan Award. Congratulations, Coach, for all your contributions to Iowa high school boys basketball.
Well, I appreciate it. I'm honored by all of it. But it was never like a job to me. I enjoyed it. I love being around kids and the coaching and all of that. So it was fun for me. And now I'm just an old retired guy.
Let's talk some basketball because we have a good one here in the Class 2A state championship game. A 2-point lead for Unity Christian, 34-32. Going to take a look at some of the numbers here of the first half, and then there's the numbers behind the numbers that we have to talk about as well. But let's go here first. Shooting percentages, very, very close. 3-point, 1 advantage for Unity Christian, 1 more 3-pointer. But I want to give a look at a couple of stats here. Points off turnovers, Unity 7, Kuemper Catholic 8. That's 1 stat. And Kuemper Catholic has 3 players with 2 fouls as well in the first half. But you can walk through the stats. If you were looking at that stat sheet, what would you think?
Well, if I'm Kuemper right now, I'm happy because of the score. Okay, we got off to a slow start. We fought back. Okay, the 3-point shooting hasn't been probably where they want it. Okay, it's only room for improvement. Like I said, but if you look at the score, 34-32, we got a 2-point game at half. Anything can happen in the second half. For Unity, jumped out to a big lead. Kuemper came roaring back. They held them off. Okay, we're in for a good one here.
We said Unity had to value the basketball, and we said Kuemper had to own the glass. How do you think that's gone?
Well, I tell you what, with Claire on the bench for a good part of it, one thing I'm a little worried about is all those guys with 2 fouls for Kuemper. It might come back to haunt them.
We're underway. 16 minutes to a state champion in Class 2A to close out this 2026 edition of the Iowa Boys State Basketball Championship in Des Moines.
Kuemper's coming out in a trapping defense, in a zone defense, but trapping, trying to create some action.
Good cut to the hole there by Griffin Glenn, and he's been the hero of the game so far. That gives him 16 on the night. They're getting their scoring with Claire on the bench.
That's what definitely an advantage, Kuemper.
Knights, first offensive possession of the second half after a big 3-point field goal by Braden Harskamp gave Unity the lead at the half. But now we're knotted back up at 34-34 and a steal for Kuemper Catholic. And going hard to the hole is Jack Bating and a foul on the Knights of Unity Christian.
Actually close to a goaltending. It wasn't. It's a good call by the officials. I think they're actually talking about possibly goaltending.
Had one earlier today on a very similar play. Ball was going up. They talked about it, and they did issue a goaltending in that game, but I'm going to get all 3 of their opinions here just to make sure they all had an angle on it.
If you're at home watching and you're used to watching college basketball, we don't have the review system that they do in college.
2 shots.
The officials have talked it out, decided it's 2 shots, no goaltending.
So to the free throw line will be Jack Bating. 61% on the year for Bating in a tie ball game. And Kuemper goes back out in front by 1. Kuemper Catholic Carroll 18th overall trip to the state championship tournament. Unity Christian, their 10th.
Both teams got rich tradition going way back. Not to mention a famous alumni from Kuemper Catholic on that 85 state championship team, Nick Nurse, head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers.
No question, a legend, obviously in the circles of Kuemper Catholic, and having himself a great career. Spent a lot of time with the Iowa Attack, and then worked his way up there to the Philadelphia 76ers.
World champion with Toronto Raptors, head coach.
You think his uniform looked a little different back in 1985? Three-pointer!
Oh, boy.
Griffin Glenn, have yourself a state championship game.
That was a deep one.
He's fired up, got that headband on. He's emotional. Cody Harskamp, a look of, I got to talk to my guys right now.
Like I said, everyone just take a breath, okay? Take a breath. Get a little bit of a rest. Break the ice. Okay, the world is not ending. They just hit a couple shots. Okay, we just need to tighten up our defense. But we're talking about a 25-footer to start that 7-0 run. I mean, that Kuemper has had.
7-0 run for Kuemper Catholic here to start half number 2. All right. Cody is not going to like this when he sees this later, but I went back into the vault. You guys got to check this out. Cody Harskamp, circa 1993, Orange City Unity Christian. That was a homecoming game against Hinton on that night, and I don't know what happened to the ball on that play, but the photographer from the Capital Democrat got a pretty good one there.
Well, you're showing him with a turnover, it looks like.
Maybe, we don't know. It's up for interpretation. We don't know exactly what happened.
I thought you guys were friends, huh? I thought you were friends.
Yeah, you know, but had to go back into the archives a little bit. And Cody Harskamp back in his playing days. Of course, that next year, Unity went on to the state championship. They added one in '86 prior to that. I know you've gotten a lot of messages from those guys. How about the '74 team? And then the last one, '05, and that was the year that history was made because MOC Floyd Valley and Unity Christian both won on the same night. What are they, 22 blocks apart in Orange City? I mean, that was a really special deal to close down the old barn.
Absolutely. I mean, you talk about Orange City, Iowa, with 2 schools in it, both winning a state championship. That's amazing.
And there is Coach Harskamp from Unity Christian. Let's see what he said to his guys, because Kuemper Catholic is off to that 7-0 run to start the second half. And Griffin Glenn is the difference right now.
Good cut.
And there you go. You need a bucket, get a good set play. Tice Vendong puts it home.
I know Bosma gets all the attention, and he should, because he's outstanding. But when you need that bucket, a tough inside bucket, Van Dong is the guy I'm going to.
He got open, but he couldn't get that one to go. But picking up the loose rebound was shown. The Unity Christian survives a couple attempts by Kuemper Catholic. Right to the basket. Hey, that has happened before. Not him, but that's how Unity got to overtime against West Lyon. A very similar play. That was Austin Wieringa. That night a few weeks ago, it was Tice Vendong.
All kids watching this game, you got to get that ball stopped in the open court. Don't let them get all the way to the hoop.
Kuemper holds on to a 1-point lead now over Unity Christian. And there he is. He's back. Ryan Clare. Clare Classic. Movies are long, Raz Vanderloo. There's still plenty of time to do some things here tonight.
Outstanding player. When he gets it going, Kuemper's at their best.
And when Mr. Clare wants to get things going, that's going to get Bosma fired up, and he took it right to the hole and drew a foul.
I couldn't recommend anything different. With all those guys that got 2 fouls, keep attacking.
Inbounds to Tice Vendong, and he's going to be bumped up, and an and one is coming on the foul by Dylan Schoen.
Mr. Everything, that's my guy, Van Dong. When you need a hoop, when you need something inside, Bosma outside, Van Dong inside. He's an undersized big guy, if that makes any sense.
So many storylines to this state championship so far. We've had runs by both teams. We've had turnovers. We've had fouls. We've had big threes. Everything you could want. Not the turnovers so much. Coaches don't like that stuff. But we've had a little bit of everything here in the nightcap here in Des Moines.
And that's why we got a 1-point game. And this is incredible. Big crowd, 2 good teams, great coaches.
Jack Baiting to Clare. Back iron, no good. Battle on the board, 50-50 ball. Kuemper wins the battle. Spot 3, no good by Baiting. Rebound Unity Christian. They can take the lead back on this possession. Vendong, full head of steam, and draws the foul going down the floor. And depending on who this goes on, we'll see if this is a...
I thought maybe they'd even get him going up with the ball.
Jack Baiting gets the foul. He's okay. He has 1 foul in the ball game. It's Clare with 2, Perkins with 2, and Schoen with 2.
Watch for that little lob play or something inside, just like that. Oh.
Loose ball, Tice Van Dong. Now Austin Wieringa. Van Dong back up high. Winterfeld will try to go to the lane. Kick left. Deep shot clock on this possession. Unity puts it off the glass. No good. Rebound cleared out by Ryan Clare.
They got a good shot, though. They got an inside shot, about a 4-footer.
What do you want to see in this possession?
I want to see Clare with that spin back going left, or the pass.
Yep, he spun, but he found somebody else. Jack Bading puts it home, and Kuemper back out in front by 3, 44-41. Don't look away. Van Dong comes off the mark on that cut to the hoop. And now Kuemper Catholic can build a lead, and a foul will be called on Tice Van Dong, and that'll be Unity Christian's 2nd foul of the 3rd.
Probably a foul they didn't need there, but it stops play. Like I said, Kuemper's had Unity's had 2 good shots at the hoop, short range, either in and out. Those are going to go in. Just keep being aggressive.
6'4" senior Austin Hall comes into the game for Unity. His brother played in the state tournament too, but not for Unity. He was at Western.
Yes.
So we had a brother versus brother a couple of days ago in the quarterfinals. Split in Sioux County between Western and Unity.
Interesting to me. I'll leave it at that.
Left side, Griffin Glenn.
Glenn's a tough guy. He brings it in there. He's not afraid.
3-pointer, no good. Off the mark by Bading. Unity Christian will clear the board, see if they can chip into this 3-point deficit.
I tell you, you could tell Unity does rebounding drills because all their guys, they're in there. I mean, they're fighting.
Hand-off to Winterfeld. Bading is on him. There's Hall, who just came into the game. One of those role players, gets a few minutes, gets some rest.
Good look.
Good drop to Wieringa.
Good look.
Up and in.
Good look. They got the ball stopped. Turns to the middle. Right there. Great job.
Kuemper Catholic now holds on to a 1-point lead. Kuemper Catholic in the ball game. 48.5%. Still perfect at the free throw line. Unity 17 for 28, 61%.
Pretty good.
It's the points off turnovers that are making the difference. There's the 3 ball off the mark, no good.
Stay in here.
Staying right there. You had an interesting stat. You have a friend that's been charting all the field goal percentages here at the state tournament. Wait till you hear this. If you love numbers, wait for this.
At both ends, the end of the Unity bench's end. Okay, when you shoot at that end, you shoot 18% worse than you do at the other end, the Kuemper end.
Wieringa, breakaway. Oh, and that does not go. It's a loose ball. Wieringa comes down with it, and a foul on Griffin Glenn.
I tell you what, we all want to get a dunk in the state tournament. Those that can do it. Lay it up, my friend.
Sometimes you just got to put it over the top of the hoop.
Outstanding look ahead down the court. Just lay it up.
You know, I think he got halfway up and go, what am I going to do with this ball? What am I going to do with it? And then it ends up going between the rim and the backboard.
It doesn't hurt. They got it back on the foul. Okay. Just a little suggestion on the all the way the rest of the game. Lay it up.
Bosma will trigger it in. Junius is into the game.
Hey, dude, he's done a good job. He's done a good job last 2 days.
No question, no question. Hall and Junius in.
Short.
Get it to Bosma. Couldn't quite get anything into that one. He was all arms on that one, no legs. Here's Schoen, right to the rack, yes!
Once again, you got to get that ball stopped in the open court.
The 2-time All-State football player can play some hoops. Another big breakaway for Kuemper Catholic. And a good push away by Unity Christian.
We're
Dylan
back and
Bosma.
forth. We're back and forth.
We had a track meet Wednesday. We got one now. Wieringa, Unity down 3. Van Dong, left, yes.
I tell you what, totally impressed by Van Dong.
Top 2 scoring teams in the state of Iowa. They're in the 40s with 2 to go. They're probably not, I don't think they're going to get into the 70s, but who knows?
No, they both got off to a little slow start. Unity was a little better, but they're both capable of scoring a lot of points.
Had the top scoring defense in the state of Iowa 2A with Iowa City Regina in this field as well. Corner 3, no good, and the rebound down to Unity Christian. So the pendulum can swing the other way again on this possession. Kuemper needs to dig in defensively. Stop ball. Junius.
Got to have some movement. You got to have some movement.
Don't go stale. Wieringa. Bosma. Yes.
Oh!
Dylan Bosma buries the three, right wing.
You can tell that kid's been in the gym. He was confident. He had a big guy coming at him, and Claire shot it right over him for the three.
48-46, Unity retakes the lead. The battle wages on for the 2A state championship. Kuemper Catholic came into this one 24-3. Unity came in 24-2. And there's Mr. Clare, Ryan Clare, off the back iron, no good.
Good call.
Since a loss to Dowling, Kuemper Catholic has rattled off 17 wins in a row to get to this point tonight.
Outstanding. I will give Kuemper Catholic the credit for playing a team like Dowling, a 4A school, not afraid to play the, quote, big guys. Okay, win or lose, it's only going to make you better.
Ryan Clare goes to the free throw line. His shot is up and good. 48-47 now in favor of Unity Christian.
Got all kinds of subs coming now. Give everybody a little break with a minute to go in the quarter.
Ryan Clare in the ball game. 12 points, 7 rebounds. With the foul trouble, he's approaching a double-double.
Outstanding.
Misses the second free throw, 48-47, 55 seconds left until we go to the fourth quarter. We've seen buzzer beaters tonight. We had one to end the first half. Wouldn't surprise me if we get a look at one to end the third.
No, you're exactly right, because the way both these two teams, Kuemper being the aggressive team, the way they're shooting the ball with Unity.
15 on the shot. Winterfeld, Wieringa, Bosma, quick trigger, no good. Kuemper Catholic, 32 seconds. Coach says, go, go. I don't care about 32 seconds.
Little Euro step.
No good. Baiting will go back up, and he is pushed out of bounds underneath. And I think that foul might go on Braden Harskamp.
You ever think we're in the middle of Iowa, we're talking about a Euro step?
I know it. The game has changed, my friend.
Oh, yes, it has. Got a late sub coming.
The NBA effect is real.
Oh, it's real. Yep. The problem is it's real the other way, too. Too many step-back threes out of kids anymore. See too much of that stuff.
I'll stop you before you go on a rant here, Coach.
How much time do I got?
I know. 23 seconds left in the quarter, and you don't get that time to talk. Here we go. Griffin Glenn with that headband. Head of steam. Yes.
Tell you what, he is a tough guy. He puts his head down. He's going to the hoop.
What a ball game for Griffin Glenn tonight. 21-3, 21 points, 3 rebounds. Winterfeld floats it. Yes, wow. For Unity. 50-49, and the clock is going to expire on the end of quarter number 3.
Outstanding.
Buckle up wherever you may be in this great state of Iowa here on Iowa PBS, because the fourth is going to be a dandy to the trophy in Iowa Class 2A. An old tradition of the Iowa High School Athletic Association is the flashing map. And that is what it looked like. And now we have digitalized maps of the state of Iowa. Unity Christian, county seat of Sioux County, at Orange City, and 215 miles from here to Unity Christian Orange City. Kuemper Catholic, the county seat of Carroll County, and they're 93 miles from Des Moines. 2 beautiful courthouses, 2 wonderful communities. Unity Christian and Orange City, Iowa, known for the Tulip Festival, of course. And in Carroll, they have Laker Court. The Minneapolis Lakers crashed in a field in 1960 and then donated a court back to Veterans Park in Carroll, Iowa. Scan the QR code on the screen before you or call the number on your screen to support the Friends of Iowa PBS. Congress recently cut $3.5 million in federal funding, the largest one-time cut in our 55-year history, impacting 18% of the budget. Despite this challenge, we remain committed at Iowa PBS to our mission. Thank you for supporting public media.
If you're able to help. They do an outstanding job. They're good people. The product, you're seeing it on TV right now.
There are so many good people working behind the scenes all day long, and it was a quick turnaround. They came in here last night after all the games earlier this week on the Iowa High School Network by Hy-Vee, and now that we're on Iowa PBS, it's been 2 big weeks down here for Iowa PBS with the basketball tournaments. They also cover on the girls' side softball, volleyball, of course basketball, and that wrestling tournament, which has become so increasingly popular over in Coralville. And then on the boys' side, at that dome, at the Unidome, football. the legendary classic Iowa wrestling tournament, both duals and traditional. And of course, back for the first time, Iowa PBS is the home to the Iowa Boys State Basketball Tournament.
We're happy they're here because they do an outstanding job in all of the sports. I actually even watched some of the wrestling.
I've watched it all as well. It's been a lot of fun to watch it. Talking with Andy Umtham from the Iowa High School Athletic Association, packed for that Iowa State Wrestling Championship here in the Casey Center about 3 weeks ago. Well, somebody's got to win this thing, Coach Vanderloo.
And we might be here a while tonight. We've seen some overtimes in the tournament, and the way things are going, I mean, you never know, but we've seen a good one so far.
50-49, Unity clings to a 1-point lead heading into quarter number 4. Had numerous lead changes in this basketball game tonight. Carol Kuemper got down early. 5 lead changes in this game. I was going to say 3, but it's been 5. I got a wingman over to my left. He's pretty awesome. Maybe I shouldn't have said that.
Good play.
There's a great drop. Basket. No basket. VAR official says we're on the floor with the hold before the ball went to the hoop. All right. Game plan, fourth quarter. Start with Kuemper Catholic.
Simple baskets. Okay, now is not the time to be fancy. Okay, play fundamental basketball and get simple baskets and get Claire the ball.
Unity Christian, fourth.
Same thing. We got to get Bosma open. Okay, Van Dong's been exceptional. We got to keep him rolling. And look at that pass.
Go to Van Dong and a little hesitation and goes up and he draws the foul.
You know, go with what got you here, and I believe that's Bosma and Van Dong, and let's see what happens.
Unity Christian got to this game tonight by defeating that rival Western Christian a couple of days ago, and then a win over Iowa City Regina last night with a big second half, 72-46. As Tice Van Dong buries the first free throw. Conversely, Kuemper Catholic had a win over Union in the first round, and then a semifinal win over Trainer in a barn burner there, 58-57.
Absolute barn burner, by the way.
Great game. Couple free throws for the Knights. Unity's lead back up to 3. Kuemper Catholic, no problem, because I know they want to play this game out as well. Here we go. Kuemper Catholic basketball. Claire Griffin Glenn. A 21-point state championship for that young man, and he is going to be fouled up front. Same as down here, it's on the floor.
He's a physical player. He's coming at you. You better have your feet moving. He might just run you over. Tough kid, strong, he's good with the ball, not afraid to go to the hoop.
7:26 left on the game clock. Class 2A and this year's state tournament, and a hold call from the outside. I saw that one too.
Yeah. It's one of those, some officials might let it go. It's a very good call, especially at this time, close game, fourth quarter, but he did kind of grab him.
Because you know this game is going to get bumpy, right? It's going to get very physical inside, and that's just a maintenance foul.
And that's what good teams do. They're going to push it to the limit, you know? That's why we have an outstanding crew doing the game, state championship crew.
Baiting underneath will put the ball in play. Kuemper Catholic down by 3. 2 outstanding high schools, Raz.
I can't say enough good things about them. Look at the community support they have. If you can see the crowd here, it's amazing.
Floater off the right by Baiting, no good. Cleared by Tice Van Dong. He'll drive. Off the window and good. Wieringa, no, Harskamp for the Knights. I was shielded.
Good pass, good shot. Make the game simple.
54-49. Big possession for Kuemper Catholic. Get the ball to Mr. Clare. Ryan Clare works with the ball. Tied up by Tice Van Dong. Or a foul. Nope, jump ball, stays here.
Stays with Kuemper Catholic. But I believe Kuemper was doing the right thing. Get that ball to Clare and let's see what he can do.
6'5" senior was our player of the game yesterday. Put his hands on his head in the post-game press conference last night and said, I'm playing in the title game. It means the world. I still can't believe we're in it.
I mean, the opportunity for kids to be able to play in this facility, this type of a crowd, state championship, statewide TV. I mean, what more can you ask for? They put in tons of hours in the offseason to get them here, and now they're here.
Dylan Bosma said, we knew this group could be special for Unity Christian. We had a feeling we could make a run like this, but above all, they just had to get through the semifinals.
Yeah, they had a couple tough ones.
3-pointer off the right side, no good. Claire clears the board, and it's going to be a jump ball.
Unity
goes to Unity Christian.
Unity. Aggressive play on both sides there. Okay, well, when you're going up for that ball, you better go up and get it. You better secure it. Because there's 6:37 to go, and we're game on.
Talk about our earlier state champions today. We'll start in 1A. It just got off the court a little bit ago. Fort Dodge, St. Edmunds.
Fort Dodge, Adolph Kuchendorfer, been coaching forever, whatever forever means, but he has super coach.
Forever.
Forever.
He's a legend. Harskamp. Yes, for Unity Christian, and he's fired up about it. 3A state champion crowned earlier today as well. We'll talk about it during this timeout, as a timeout taken by Carol Kuemper. All right, before we talk about the other state champions today, we kind of gave Cody Harskamp a blast to the past, but we're going to take a look at the modern day Coach Nurse, the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers, and he was on that 1985 state championship team for Kuemper Catholic, wherever you may be. Maybe he's watching tonight. I don't know if they're playing. If they're not, he's probably tuned into his alma mater. What a career for Coach Nurse.
I know he cares a lot about Kuemper Catholic. He comes back each summer, brings several of the 76er players and coaches, has a golf outing. I think he donates some money. He cares a lot about Kuemper Catholic.
Let's see what Coach Sean Minahan has to say in the huddle.
Hey, it's one stop at a time. We start with one score here, then we have to get one stop at a time. One possession at a time. We got to keep fighting. Knights on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I couldn't hear it, but I'm sure it was words of wisdom for sure.
What he said is exactly right. One basket at a time, one stop at a time. There's not an 8-point play. I've said that many times. Okay, kids want to get in a big hurry. We got to score 8 in the next minute. No, you do not. Okay, chip away at this thing. This game is far from over. Manage your time wisely. Okay, get a stop, get a basket. Get a stop, get a basket. Like I said, don't make the game hard, but you got to work hard now.
Coach Minahan has been the head man for this bunch since 2015. A 9-0 run now the other way, Unity Christian.
We've had some
7-0 run to start the second half by Kuemper Catholic. 57-49. That three-pointer off front iron by Griffin Glenn. And the ball will go back to Unity Christian. See if they can build on a 9-0 run.
Well, and that's a shot he can make, so don't think he's trying to force one up there. He was open. He's hit some threes. Okay, that was a good shot. Now we just got to get him to go in.
Dylan Bosma, I know that motor wants to run, but he's pacing himself a little bit here.
And probably should. Now is the time to not get crazy or fancy. Okay, be steady.
Keegan Winterfeld with Baiting guarding him. They've survived this foul trouble.
They really have.
Looking for Vendong, tip away. We're still playing, didn't go out of bounds. Dylan Bosma, step back, no good, and Claire will clear the rebound. Have to clear the boards.
You gotta clear the boards. You gotta, everybody's a rebounder in a close game. Everybody. The problem is everybody thinks they're a scorer. They're not. Okay? Do your role. Don't do things you can't do.
Over 5 minutes left here, just over, till we crown a title in Class 2A and shut down the week here at the Casey Center. Griffin Glenn, Dylan Schoen. Three ball, yes, for Theodore Perkins.
Well, that's a good start to get things going.
6-foot junior buries it, cuts it to 5. Austin Wieringa. Van Dong now holding that ball. Harskamp.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And Claire comes up with a foul. That will be his third. 12 points, 9 rebounds, 1 assist, and now 3 personals for Ryan Claire. Hot prospect out there for Kuemper Catholic. There's that 3 ball by Perkins. Uncommitted to college, but wants to play college ball. We talked about in the broadcast yesterday. He puts his mind to it, he'll be a good one.
Oh, absolutely.
Winterfeld. Inside. Foul from behind called. Got one in the chops a little bit, too.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to run into him on the football field. He's a tough guy.
Well, nobody wanted to run into any of these Kuemper Catholic Knights in the football field this past year, and there's a replay. Got a little hand up in there. Talked about all 5 starters were on that football team. 12 of these guys on the entire team were on that winning team at the Unidome earlier this year. Also on Iowa PBS.
Success breeds success.
Unity Christian was a state runner-up last summer in baseball at Merchants Park in Carroll, Iowa.
It's amazing all the things that fit together.
To the lane.
Good cut.
Couldn't get it. Harskamp, put back. All blue on the glass.
Nope, that's what it takes on both sides, offensively and defensively. You've got to rebound the ball.
7-point lead for Unity. Kuemper Catholic. Seeing what they got here. Into the lane. Out of bounds off Unity. It's going to stay. When the driver drives, the others cannot stand.
You got to move. You got to move because everybody's watching the ball go to the hoop. One of you has to also cut to the hoop from the backside because everybody's head is turned watching the ball.
Points off turnovers now. 13 for Kuemper, 12 for Unity Christian in this game. Tough shot. Unity will push it ahead. Harskamp.
Great pass.
He still wants to go up and not lay it in there. And the putback, tip back out, Kuemper with a runaway. Just kind of hitches when he goes up there. And now there's the answer for Ryan Clare on a big tip.
Good tip.
Thought maybe the layup was going to be answered, but it was the follow-up.
5-point game. Here we go.
I want to see Ryan Clare hang around the hoop a lot here on the final 3:25.
At both ends.
59-54, Unity Christian. The strategy, the nerves coming down the stretch. Got to play through it. It's a state championship on the line. And trying to rip the ball away, but picking up a foul, Kuemper Catholic. And we will have free throws either way. 2 shots.
I commend Unity for using a little clock. They're not stalling by any means, but they're using a little clock. He got 35 seconds on each possession.
I know it's been in Iowa for a while, but the shot clock was a good addition.
Absolutely, and there are still many states that don't have it, and they look to Iowa as one of the leaders for getting that in.
Free throw up and good for Keegan Winterfield. That change has rolled out inconsistently. Why is that?
Well, I think let's look pre-shot clock. There were games at the state tournament that were played 21-19 and things like that. Fans don't pay money to come watch that. It's not fun for the players, coaches, or fans. So implementing a shot clock has only helped the game.
Missed free throw and a foul on the out pattern coming out of that. Unity Christian is at 3 fouls here in the 4th quarter. So no free throws. Kuemper will get a possession. They're down by 6, 3:05 to go.
We need Harskamp to get a little break. Okay, talk to the trainer. I think maybe his emotions have got him on the miss kind of dunk, kind of layup. Okay, he just needs to take a breath. He'll be fine.
In the lane.
He just loves to
Glenn.
bang into you there.
Yeah,
he loves it.
Yeah, he likes to draw the contact. Griffin Glenn, 21 tonight. Spot 3 left. No good by Baiting. There's Clare. Hang around. Stripped by Unity and a foul. And that is going to send. Is he going up?
I think he was going up.
Ryan Clare is going to go to the free throw line.
And just what we talked about, Clare needed to hang around the hoop, and he did. And look what happens. He gets an offensive rebound, gets a foul, now he's shooting 2.
6-point Unity lead, and Ryan Clare wants something to say about it.
The Unity officials behind us in the crowd, they're not happy.
Double-double. He got it, Ryan Clare. He's now 15 and 11 in the game.
Think about getting a double-double in the state championship game.
With foul trouble in the first half.
Yes.
That's impressive.
That's a good effort.
Good effort by Ryan Clare. I like him. Second free throw is up and good. Tice Van Dong will take Unity ahead. Kuemper Catholic cuts it down to 4. Keegan Winterfield out between the circles here at the Casey Center. Dylan Bosma.
Bosma, Van Dong.
Bosma pull-up, hesitation in the air, rolls off no good. Rebound Kuemper Catholic. Need a possession here, guys. You need a possession. Griffin Glenn downhill, drops it off to Schoen, off the window, no good. Do it again. Yes.
Here we go. We got a 2-point game.
Yeah, here we go. Is the indeed correct, Coach Vanderloo. 60-58. 2-minute warning for the 2A state title. I love it. What a way to end the week.
We couldn't ask for anything better.
What a way to close out the Casey Center and the long history of the state tournament being in Des Moines. Timeout, Cody Harskamp. Timeout on the floor. Iowa PBS, proud home to this state basketball championship, and they're going to have other events coming up here on Iowa PBS. Let's take a look and tell you more about it here. Upcoming coverage on Iowa PBS. The Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union State Softball Tournament back at Harlan Rogers Park, July 23 and 24. It'll be a lot warmer there in Fort Dodge. Outstanding host for the softball state championships. The Iowa Girls Union Volleyball in Coralville, November 5, state championship day there. And then back into the next school year for football at the Unidome. That seems like a long time from now, but November 19 and 20 in Cedar Falls. Coverage coming up only on statewide coverage here on Iowa PBS. I want to give a couple shout-outs here to a couple people that are really instrumental in the state tournament, and they have ties to the team here. Father Collison on the mic.
The best.
Kuemper Catholic guy through and through. So Father Colley is awesome. He's the man. The voice of the Girls Union State Tournament, Tim Fitzpatrick, is a Kuemper Catholic guy.
Another one.
And
yep.
They've had busy weeks. They're awesome. The voices of the state tournaments.
They are A+.
And these players are A+. 60-58. Unity leads by 2. A minute 40 to go.
5 on the shot clock.
By Harskamp. Coming out of that timeout, let's see what his Knights do. Vendong. Tice Vendong was 3 for 4 from the floor yesterday. Today, he is sitting on 22 points in the state championship.
Just a great effort all the way around by Vendong.
62-58. Unity. Kuemper Catholic. Glenn, ball tipped loose. Unity has the basketball. They haul it in, and Tice Vendong will come across the half-court line.
We still got time. You don't need to start fouling intentionally or anything.
1 minute to go.
You do need to pressure the ball. Try to create a turnover.
Timeout, or a foul out front. That is on Claire.
It's a good call.
That is his 4th personal foul. He kind of had to. They got to clock manage now.
Absolutely.
Got to have clock management now. And Tice Vendong is going to go to the free throw line for Unity.
Even though we're under a minute, okay, Claire needs to be a little careful with the 4 fouls. I'll be honest, I don't know if they can come all the way back with him on the bench. So he needs to stay in the game. He's a rebounder, he's a scorer. And I'd be looking to get him the ball.
That free throw extends the lead to 5 for Unity Christian of Orange City. Now, the Stars got to stay on the floor now as long as the rules allow it.
Absolutely. We couldn't ask for a better game.
Awesome. Awesome day as well. 3A state title was won by Cedar Falls. We were going to getting to that, and then it was
4A Cedar Falls.
I'm sorry, 4A was Cedar Falls, and then the 3A state championship was won by Ballard.
Yes,
in
another exciting game.
There's
overtime.
Claire's foul going up, just what the doctor ordered. Stop the clock and get a chance to score.
Now we need to make 2 free throws, and then we need to get them picked up.
64-58, 42.5 seconds left in the game. You know, Ballard needed 2 free throws with like almost no time on the clock.
Under a second.
Yeah,
under a second.
To force OT against Adel DeSoto Minburn.
Talk about pressure.
No doubt about it.
You got to make both free throws to send it to overtime.
It was
right under a second.
It was right at this free throw line where we're shooting right now. Go watch it on replay. It was fun. That free throw's good. 64-59. All these games will be archived as well. You can go back and watch them later.
If I'm Kuemper, I'm going to my stat sheet. Well, they're just subbing him out. I was going to say I'd be going trying to foul Harskamp. He's a 59% free throw shooter. They sub in Van Essen, who's an 81% free throw shooter. Good coaching move.
Yeah, smart move there. Get your foul shooter on the floor. Ryan Clare, 18 and 11 now for Ryan Clare. Timeout situation, 3 for Kuemper Catholic, now 2. They just called one. Unity has 2 timeouts left in the game. All right, set the stage, Coach. 64-60, 42 and a half left. Timeout on the floor.
Well, I think Kuemper's got to get them picked up full court. They got to try to create a turnover. Okay, trap the ball, trap the inbounds pass, face guard them, do whatever you can to cause chaos. Okay, you get a steal, get it to the hoop. Like I said, it's a 4-point game. It's not a 10-point game. It's very manageable. Okay, but you got to create some action in order to get a turnover. If they get it past half court, then you got to foul. You got to put them at the line.
All right, they're clinging to a 4-point lead. We're going to go inside. Coach Harskamp in the Unity huddle.
Timeouts left. All right, you still got 2 timeouts. Make sure you come and meet the basketball. All right? Be strong with, hey, they might just let us, they might just kind of trap it. Meet every pass. You got to stay in the middle. All right, stay in the middle. Knights, 1, 2, 3.
Some good advice.
Yep, absolutely. Good coaching points there. Come to the ball. When that pass is made, you got to step toward the ball. Okay, make that distance as short as possible because Kuemper's going to be anticipating passes. They're going to be playing defensive backs. Okay, you got to come to the ball. When you do get it, secure it with 2 hands. You can't have that cool one-handed stuff. Now it's about 2 hands.
Unity is in their press break offense here. The guards will split. Ball is into Keegan Winterfield, and there's the foul. Jack Bading picks up the personal foul. He now has 3 in the ball game. And it's free throw time for Unity Christian with 41 seconds left.
Winterfeld, a 72% free throw shooter, pretty good. Okay, if he makes them both, Kuemper, they got to push that thing down the court. I mean, they got to fly down the court. Don't necessarily need a 3 yet. If they have an open 3, yes, take it. But get the ball to the hoop.
To the line for Unity Christian. Keegan Winterfeld. 5 for 6 there yesterday.
Okay.
Doesn't get that one to go. All right, that opens the door a little bit. It's a 2-possession game.
The main thing, Kuemper needs to box out and get the rebound. On a made basket, they got to get it out quick, and let's get going down the court. Try to get an easy one.
Good look there at Keegan Winterfeld. 12 points tonight. Missed them both. 39 seconds, they got to get a bucket. It's in the hands of the guy who's had a big night, Griffin Glenn, and he draws a big foul to go to the line for 2 shots. The clock stops.
You always need to be the aggressive team in a close game. Kuemper just showed why it's important. Okay, now the clock is stopped, 32 seconds. Okay, it's a 4-point game, makes them both. He can cut it to 2, a 1-possession game.
Griffin Glenn to the foul line. 71% foul shooter, can't get it to go.
Oh boy.
Gonna have to flush it though. You need this one. Sent a guy in and took him back.
Yes, they did.
They're gonna put Adler Vanessen into the game, and Coach Harskamp at the last second said, no, I don't want to do that. Griffin Glenn, second one's good, 3-point ball game. Pressure's on. It's in the hands of Bosma, and he's fouled. That's gonna be Easton Gifford. And Gifford has his 3rd foul of the ball game.
Bosma's an 87% free throw shooter. That is outstanding at any level of basketball. Okay.
Again, Ryan Clare has 4 fouls.
He's coming back into the game here after this free throw.
Free throw good by Bosma.
Pushed it back up to a 2-possession game. They got to get it down to a 1-possession game. It's important, like I said, repetitive from last time. Kuemper needs to box out and rebound a missed shot here.
Bosma held to just 8 tonight. Now 9. After the big game last night with 27 on 9 threes, but don't kid yourself. He's important on the floor. 66-61, attacking the hoop. Griffin Glenn, ball's loose. 50-50, Unity gets it. Tice Van Dong is fouled, and Ryan Clare has picked up his 5th personal foul.
That may have just done it with Clare going out. Van Dong going to the line, 62% shooter. We have like I said, we got a 5-point lead. It's a 2-possession game. It just gets hard when you're down to 21 seconds.
Tice Van Dong will step up there.
The main thing for Unity when they're going back, when Kuemper's going back on offense quickly, just stay in front of the ball. Okay, don't reach in, don't try to block the shot. Just stay in front of the ball. Slow them down.
They have some time here to make a sub because it's a 5th personal foul. If you're wondering why are we not shooting free throws, we're waiting here on the substitution for Ryan Clare. And I know they're hugging over there on the bench, and it's disappointing, but guys, you're going to look back in a long time, and you're going to remember this week at the state basketball tournament.
It's very disappointing. I've been part of that deal, but when the air clears in the morning, you realize we just played in the state championship game. Every kid in the state would love to have done that.
He ends the night on an 18-12 performance as Tice Van Dong extends the lead to 6, and now Unity can start to feel it a little bit.
Might have a timeout on a made shot here.
Second free throw coming for Tice Van Dong. It's on the way. Off the rim, no good. 20 seconds left to go.
Stop the ball. You got to stop the ball.
Dylan Schoen. Griffin Glenn, three-pointer. That's good. Timeout. Kuemper Catholic. It's a three-point ball game.
Gives them a chance. Gives them a chance. That's all you need is a chance.
This is a very important inbounds play coming up here out of the timeout for Unity Christian of Orange City. It has been cut to 3, 67-64. With the three-pointer, you're never, ever out of a basketball game.
I would do everything I can if I'm Unity to get the ball into Bosma on the inbounds. He's such a great free throw shooter.
Do you change it up a little bit here and not foul as quickly? I mean, can you pressure him up the floor for, say, 5-6 seconds?
Probably. You don't want to go below 6 because then you got to have enough time after a free throw. But like I said, you maybe get a quick trap. Like I said, a tipped ball, an intercepted pass, something. But then you still got to have a 3.
Situational basketball right now with 12.7 seconds left in this 2A state championship. Paul Yeager coming up after the broadcast tonight, again up top here at the Casey Center. He'll walk you through it. We'll have the awards presentation on the floor, recognize these outstanding 2A state tournament athletes. The all-tournament team is a part of that. The governor is here, you talked about. All those things to recognize Iowa kids, and that is what it's all about.
That is what it's all about. They do a great job here in the state of Iowa, recognizing kids, giving them opportunities to play sports. You might look other places in the country, we have it pretty good right here. One advantage Unity has right now, they can run the end line. So the guy taking out the ball, he can move down there.
Dylan Bosma is going to be the inbounder.
I'd look for a quick pass in and something back to him.
Ben Dong's down there with him. Keegan Winterfield's playing center field. They ran the end line inbound and got it back to Bosma.
Yep. Good play.
Little razzle-dazzle, and I'm not referring to you.
No, I'm not smart enough to do that. But outstanding play.
Yep, Unity will walk for free throws. Just freed him up. He could come off that, and they could catch him, and they had he's on the move there, and he's really hard to trap when he's on the move.
Absolutely, and it's hard to guard that.
Dylan Bosma will step up. It's a three-point game. No bigger free throws for Unity's all-time leading scorer than right now, and the first one rolls off no good.
He makes this one, it might be the nail, so to speak. He misses it, we got a good ending.
Big deep breath. Ball from the official. Dylan Bosma on the way. Short.
Oh boy.
Kuemper has a shot. 10 seconds to go. What's going to happen?
Maybe don't be afraid to foul.
Timeout, Kuemper Catholic. They're going to have 6.1 left here in the ball game. When we come back, they're going to have a chance to send this thing to overtime in the championship.
Question of the week. All you people at home that are an armchair coach, what are you going to do?
Well, we're going to find out what they're thinking here momentarily. As soon as our people get set, we're going to go inside and see what Coach Minahan has to say. And here we go. What's the strategy?
I want Teddy. Jack, you got it out. Okay? Jordan, be this guy. Griffin, you are simply running around to the block. Okay? I want this to be Teddy, this to be Dylan. Okay? Teddy's going to follow it all the way around. Okay? Then we're going through the picket fence. We want to get him the ball up top. Okay? Here we go. Hey. Yep. Knights on 3. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
Well, we all saw it. Here we go.
I might try to derail that and foul.
That's an interesting point, because they have a lot of options out there. and that just kind of ends it all and puts them at the line. They can only score 2.
If you only score 2, you got to make one, miss the second one, get the rebound. It's hard.
Kuemper Catholic down by 3. Execution.
Are they pulling out the old Jimmy Chitwood play here?
Here we go.
I think they are.
Ball's in play. 3-pointer. Off the mark, no good. Out of bounds, Unity Christian basketball. They got the shot. They wanted it off the top. They got the shot.
No, outstanding play. Okay, we got to get the ball in here now. You know, you get a 5-second call. It goes back to Kuemper. You get a steal. You never know. And he cannot run the baseline. He's got to be set.
That's right. This is a dead ball. Missed shot. Timeout, Unity Christian. 67-64. 1.9 seconds left in the state tournament.
What a game.
What a game. Love the strategy, love the execution, love the players. It's been a fun week here at the state basketball championship.
If you're a basketball fan, I don't care of any team, if you're just a fan, you've had to have loved this tournament. We've got some close games, we've had buzzer beaters, we've had overtime, we've had about everything. A great week to watch basketball.
Phenomenal crowds. Iowa really came out and showed out this week here in Des Moines, Iowa. Pumping them up here in the timeout, dancing to the music. There's some Kuemper kids. Both these schools have had amazing additions to their facilities. Unity added a second gym, 5 classrooms, a weight room. Kuemper Catholic in the middle of a huge expansion project on their grade school. Growing education in each of their communities. Athletics comes with it.
And that's why both schools are outstanding. They really are.
Shout out to Terry Scouten, the athletic director at Unity Christian of Orange City, and to Mike Power, the athletic director at Kuemper Catholic. 2 great guys.
Couple of good ones there. We got a lot of good going on here.
A lot of good going on here. And a great basketball game. 67-62. Unity cannot run the baseline. They've got to get the ball in. The inbounder is Tice Van Dong.
Look for somebody maybe going long.
There's the quarterback play to Wieringa. Tips it up in the air, and the clock will expire. And for the 5th time in school history, Unity Christian is a state champion in the state of Iowa.
Congratulations to both teams. Outstanding game. Congratulations to Unity being a state champion. What a game.
They ran the out pattern. The plan was to tip it up in the air because the clock would run out.
Get the clock started. Great play, great coaching.
25 wins for the Knights of Unity Christian Orange City. 5 state championships, the first since 2005. And that makes 4 head coaches in Unity Christian now with state championships.
Like I said, what a program. The history they have. 5 state championships. We got different coaches, outstanding coaches that have come from Unity. The community is very supportive, and that's the reason they're here, and that's how you win games, when you have support from all angles.
Congratulations to both of these outstanding basketball teams on an outstanding state tournament. And what a way to end it here in Des Moines this week at the Casey Center. Awards ceremony and more coming up shortly. We'll kick it over to the floor. We'll pick it all up here when they tell us that they are ready to go. But again, the final score here tonight, Unity Christian 67, Kuemper Catholic 64 at the Iowa Boys State Basketball Tournament. Unity Christian got 25 out of Tice Van Dong tonight. A double-double on the flip side for Ryan Clare, but Griffin Glenn was huge tonight as well. 25 for the Kuemper Catholic Knights. As people have taken to the floor, I think we're about ready to go. And we now send it courtside to Father Craig Collison.
Team, which is selected by the vote of the tournament's media. The captain earns a $500 grant from Farm Bureau to be used in their school's student government program. Presenting today's certificates, Mr. Brent Johnson, President of the Iowa Farm Bureau, and Mr. Tom Keating, the Executive Director of the Iowa High School Athletic Association. Our first recipient from Kuemper Catholic, Griffin Glenn. From trainer Alec Lovely. From Unity Christian, Dylan Bosma. From Kuemper Catholic, Ryan Clare. And the captain of the all-tournament team from Unity Christian, Thijs van Dong.
So the all-tournament team has been named, headlined by the captain of the all-tournament team, Thijs van Dong. Bosma's there as well, Claire for Kuemper Catholic. And of course, Griffin Glenn finds himself on that team as well. Phenomenal athletes down there on the floor. Trainer got a player on as well with Lovely. He had a great tournament. Awesome. Back to the awards.
Trophies and awards and championship caps are possible because of the support of the title sponsor, the Iowa Farm Bureau. Presenting our championship game honors are members of the IHSAA staff and Board of Control. Your runner-up team finishes the 2026 season with a 24-4 record and their 4th finals appearance at the state basketball tournament. Please help us congratulate the student athletes, coaches, and supporters from Kuemper Catholic. And your 2026 champions in Class 2A finish with a record of 25-2 and have won their 5th state basketball title. Please help us congratulate Coach Cody Hartz, Arskamp, and the Knights of Unity Christian. And today's quick star of the game, number 12, Tara.
He celebrates that state championship here in 2026. The Knights win their 5th state championship in school history. That's a wrap on the state basketball tournament, and Paul Yeager is going to take you home here tonight as we recap an outstanding week in Des Moines. Up to you, Paul. Take it away.
Thank you very much, Corey and Coach. Appreciate all of your work and all 3 of our crews tonight that were on the calls. And I want to let you know we had 112 quarters, 4 overtimes, including one earlier today, 4 boys champs. We had 5 girls champs last week, plus the wrestling coverage. We've been busy here at Iowa PBS. The hardworking men and women of the crew, thank you so very much for watching their work. My thank to them, because you work extremely hard, and we are so glad you are able to see it here from Des Moines. And with that, these lifetime memories are put to the side, and that's it for the 2026 Iowa High School Athletic Association Boys Basketball Tournament. It's all free here on Iowa PBS. We are so proud to be the home of live sports championships in the state of Iowa. Guess what? We're going to take a break and be back in July for state softball in Fort Dodge. We'll see you then, but before we go, we have one thing to do for the final look at the boys state tournament here in Des Moines. Good night from Des Moines. Thank you, and we'll see you next time. Funding provided by Fairway Meat and Grocery. For more than 80 years, Fairway has been proud to be an active part of the communities we serve. Learn more at fairway.com.
Banking in Iowa goes beyond transactions. Banks work to help people and small businesses succeed. And Iowa banks are committed to building confident banking relationships. Iowa Banks, your partner through it all.
Pella Windows and Doors help bring your home to life. For more than 100 years, Pella has been dedicated to building a brighter future in Iowa communities. Pella Corporation is a proud supporter of Iowa PBS.
With our Iowa roots and Midwestern values, Farmers Mutual Hail is committed to offering innovative farm insurance for America's farmers, just as we have for 6 generations. Farmers Mutual Hail, America's crop insurance company.